The next clip, I'm gonna call it a clip, but it's pretty long. Was intended for my challenge participants for like a week 3 debriefing. I was gonna go over some of the issues that we were having, and it just kind of just derailed, and it got there, but yeah, I tapped into a lot of other things. I went ahead and start addressed studio direction. Um, I talked about my other company, Sunray Lawn and Landscape. Uh, I talked a little bit about my training history, and basically told everybody to stop complaining. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't bitch too much. But anyway, I shot this intro obviously right after I went on my rant. Um, Please enjoy. If you decide to watch the whole thing, that's awesome. Find us on overdosefitness.com, on Facebook at overdosefitnessmd, Instagram at odfitlife. 2018 Team Rip It Ambassador, ripitevents.com, Maryland base race events. What's going on, group? It's 11 something. I'm nasally. 11:20 maybe, 11:15, 11:10, 11 whatever you want it to be. Had a long day. Dave and I ran the practice 10K trail run. That was a lot of fun. It was cold, but the trail's very manageable. I think we both were pretty happy and confident with how we performed. It went well. It was a good time. Besides there not being any bathrooms, that kind of sucked. But anyway, I feel like I came down with something. I'm hoping that my throat's just a little scratchy from the run, and I'm hoping I'm just a little flushed from the cold air, and I'm hoping that my stomach is messed up. Just, I don't know. I came down with a stomach thing. I don't know what's going on, guys, but it's all good. Um, I'm up on the computer still, doing some work for Sunray Lawn and Landscape, my other company. Some of you know that I have that, some of you do not. Um, Started that LLC a few months ago, and the goal was to have everything spun up for spring, and that has happened. I've been bidding jobs, various maintenance jobs, grounds maintenance jobs, just like you see folks out taking care of the spring cleanup, the fall cleanup, the mowing, the pruning, the normal stuff. There's big money in that, and I did that for a long time, and it's one of my passions, and it's actually something that I can use some of my other schooling in. A lot of you don't know I have a minor in biology, and I did a lot of stuff for parks and recreation management. And I took dendrology and plant taxonomy and all that fun stuff. And I was in construction for a while, in telecom. So I got the OSHA 10, the OSHA 30. I got the various safety training and the experience, and I've climbed towers. I've been on bid walks and bid meetings and bid jobs that I've had no business bidding, and I've won, and I've been in some fire and it's worked out. So it's given me some confidence that maybe I haven't earned, but that's what life's about, baby. It's all about getting up and trying to do the right thing every day and just trying to make it happen. Anyhow, Sunray's a different animal. You know, Landscaping's my thing. I enjoy it. Like I said, did it for a long time. Uh, First job was at a nursery. That being said, I did win a gig that should kick off in April. It's a new construction job for like a bioretention stormwater uh, management pond for a stormwater company in PG County. They've also invited me to bid their work for the Clean Water Partnership for PG County, which is maintenance on their bioretention ponds and stormwater ponds, and yada yada yada. It's a big deal. Last time only a few companies bid, and they all got a piece of the action. So I got personally invited. Um, the pre-bid meeting is this Friday coming up. You know, so I'll be there, and I'll be doing my thing. Um, we'll see how that goes. The goal with Sunray is, before anybody gets any ideas or has any questions, the goal with Sunray is not to replace OverDose. OverDose is still my baby. The goal with Sunray is to have another stable company and source of income that is less dependent upon me. My company now, OverDose, you know, is 100% based off of me and my service. I can't put somebody else in that studio and expect you all to want to hang on. It's not like that. We've all built personal relationships and it's about us. I can't put somebody else in there. That's my baby, you know? So I'm stuck there and I'm okay with it. But in order to take the next step with OverDose, right, without getting like investors and going into debt and all that, is to have a solid backup plan or something that I can count on that's not OverDose. So that's the idea with Sunray. I've always wanted to uh, have the landscaping and lawn care company. So, you know, killing two birds with one stone there. Once that company is successful, you know, I'll be continuing with the fitness as I just said. I'll be running operations for the landscaping. I will still be doing all the bidding processes. I'll be doing all the operations. I will be overseeing the crews to some degree, although I do already have a field coordinator in place and ready to go. And then we'll see how much work we get and what I need to spin up. But I already have guys, I already have crews that I can uh, pull together and place on these jobs. And in terms of space, you know, we'll see kind of where we need to be centralized, and we'll go from there. But once uh, once that's in a comfortable spot, you know, I'm hoping summer or so, I'm gonna start pushing on my property management company for the studio again, and telling them that I'd like to get a bigger location. That was in the lease that I could do so. I've asked them a couple times, and it hasn't worked out. But that's probably for the best. And I say that because I really do love my location. I really do. My problem is just with anything else is when I see the end, not the end in terms of like this is where the studio dies. I say the end as in this is where it reaches its full potential. When I already see where that is, I get discouraged and I'm not as motivated to push forward. That happened at some point last year, and I revamped myself and got excited again. You know, and realized that there is still more to it, but I got to a point where I felt like I was constrained with what I had, and I let my mind get to me. Right? That happens to everybody. It's just about how quick do you bounce back. So, anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. I'd like to have a bigger facility. I have some good ideas. I have a couple concepts in mind. One of them is a larger, you know, 5,000 square foot or so um, facility. Location not entirely important, although it would have to be off 29 or 95 because I want it to be easily accessible for my folks that are north and south. Um, it would be a multi-room studio, again, maybe 2 or 3 rooms, and then it would have a centralized cardio area where you walk in the door and cardio warm-up equipment is there with cubbies or lockers, water, blah blah blah, you know, towels, etc. Then when it's your time, your trainer will come from the back, right, grab you, take you back to the room. So there will be a couple rooms, 2 or 3, depending on the space, that will be completely outfitted like what I have now. So think about what I have now, but more of a square room, right? So it's all kind of there, like boom, 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 and you kind of are in the center here, right? You're in the center, square room, all the equipment's on the perimeter, kind of, boom. One room like that, two, maybe three, right? Centralized cardio room, um, one extra trainer to start, and maybe an admin person, office area. And I want to have showers and a changing room, at least a shower. A men's and a women's shower would be ideal, or shall I say, two separate showers would be ideal. But we'll see. That's one concept. Another concept would be a larger space about the same size, one room like I have now, one larger open room that's set up for functional training and group fitness, and I would sell memberships to that side where you have unlimited access to classes throughout the day. Every day would have its own class schedule. Like, for example, 9 a.m. would be HIIT and kettlebell training. 10 a.m. would be TRX and more. 11 a.m. would be barbell strength training with Ray. 12 noon would be, core, whatever. You get it. It would be all kinds of classes that you could choose from throughout the entire day and different days a week. And it would be set up so, like, they're at different times of the day. So if you like, if your time that you work out's in the morning, barbell training will be Monday morning, Tuesday will be the yoga, when you get it. So you'll be able to hit everything. So that'll be one concept, which I do really like. However, the membership thing kind of, I don't know, I never really liked that. But that's nothing for us to worry about right now. That, and then the other one is have a much, much larger facility, okay? Something more along the lines of like 10,000 square foot. And it's completely open concept, and it is 100% membership based, and it would be steeper than a normal gym, obviously, um, but more cost effective than one-on-one training. And essentially, you would be sharing the space with others. Like, I would have a cap, a membership cap. I don't. Let's just say, for all intended purposes, that I gave out 100 memberships. That's it. 100 memberships. You're in or you're out. Whatever. On top of that membership cap, I have X amount of trainers on the floor, one being myself. You have to still uh, register online through MindBody. You're going to still have to register your time slot. So you'll go in and pick your own slot, and it'll show you, like, 10 a.m., 12 spots remaining or whatever, and you're able to choose from one of those. So the idea is the facility will never be overcrowded, and there'll never be, you know, too ridiculous of a number between trainers and um, clients, right? Or members. So the idea is, let's say there's 7 of you in the facility at the same time, me and one other on site. Your workout portfolio, your log, etc., will all be in a database, and we'll all have access to that. And when you come in, we kind of got an idea of what you're supposed to train, and that'll all be set. And you'll still check in for your weight, and we'll still talk and still see how you're doing, and you'll get your plan, and this is your set and reps, and here's your goal, and you kind of do your thing, and we're there to monitor, and we're there to spot, and we're there for questions, and we're there to think on the fly, and we're there for motivation, and that's what it is. So I really like the idea of that, because essentially, I'm just going to throw a number out there, but think about if you paid, I don't know, 150 a month or something, or 200 a month. I know that sounds steep, but if you compare that to one-on-one training, it's not at all. What if you paid that, okay, and you could come 7 days a week if you wanted to, or you could come 5 days a week if you wanted to, and you could always have access to a trainer, a knowledgeable trainer. I'm not just going to put some bullshit guy on the floor. A knowledgeable trainer that can motivate you, right? And you still had to sign